Well, you should be able to turn me down on your Discord if you just right-click on my window.
No, I'm just looking at your what's it, and it's just going into the red. That's all.
Ba, ba,
So
ba,
just
ba,
need to
ba,
turn
ba.
the game down a bit.
I'll turn it down a smidge. There we go.
There, that's it.
Right, we'll give it a minute to go live and do its stuff. It still says that my title is the thingy bob. Let's see if I can fix that. Bum, 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 bum. Updating titles. Kizra's here. Hello, Kizra. Hello, WV. Now, we're on, yet again, new streaming software tonight. So, Kizra and WV, can you tell me, can you hear me? And if we go around the room, can you let us know if you can hear Cheney?
Hello!
And Mike?
Hello!
And Jack?
Hello!
Hooray! Jack,
Beautiful.
what I've always meant to ask you, Jack, what is that on the wall on your right? Is it just like
this?
Yeah, what is that on the wall?
Oh, so obviously I live in a rental house. It's wallpaper in our kitchen, and it's mugs and coffee mugs.
I thought that was.
teapots.
I genuinely thought you actually had loads of stuff on your wall. That's actually just flat wallpaper.
Yeah, it's just wallpaper. It's
That's
just
mad.
Yeah, we look. There you go. See,
That's crazy. Flipping heck.
Also, does everybody like my Christmas jumper?
We do very
I
much
have to say,
appreciate the Christmas
It's my
jumper.
last
That's
stream
amazing.
for Christmas.
That's next Monday.
It's Molly's birthday is next Monday, so I thought I'd bring out the big guns.
Yes. I'm too cold to be wearing just a t-shirt or anything today, so I've got my McLaren hoodie on as usual. So,
Fish.
there we go. So, tonight we're going to talk about the Game Awards. Now, I'm personally, with the Game Awards, I'm more interested in the new game announcements than the awards. We could go through the list of awards, but I feel like it might be a bit pointless because obviously Claire Obscure literally won everything. So, yeah.
I'd actually asked for that for Christmas, so I'm excited to play it. So I was like, after talking about it with Mike and you, and then obviously it doing big at the Game Awards, I was like, ooh, might give it a go.
I know. Anyway, we have a lot to get through with a lot of different games to discuss as well. So, do we want to do some little introductions before we get cracking on stuff? How are we all?
Yeah, good.
Yep. Cool.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I've been
totally
editing off my
prepared.
fancy stuff, so I'm good.
And what was that, Cheney?
I'm 100% prepared. I'm totally not looking at Wikipedia.
What for what was announced? It's all right, Cheney. That's what we're here for. We'll work it out. We'll work it out for you. How about you, Mike? How you doing?
Yeah, very, very busy. I'm like I've probably played more games in the last 2 months than I probably have all year.
Oh my god,
I feel like
amazing.
Going back to the show, I'm like a dull knife that needs sharpening. So I've got four games on the go.
Whoa.
So I've got
Bloody hell.
Landfall, The Witcher 3, which is incredible, phenomenal game. Celeste, which I'm slowly chipping away at, but I'm kind of losing my mind because it's just getting harder. It's like my
It's like a super hard game, isn't it?
Yeah, difficulty's on like a scale. It's like difficulty level and the enjoyment level, or I've played better 2D platformers, so like the difficulty. I've played more difficult games, but you know what I mean. It's like I feel like you have to. The more you enjoy a game, the more you're willing to put up with the difficulty.
Definitely.
For that, and I've been playing Need for Speed Hot Pursuit.
Now I have big issues with this, Mike. We haven't discussed this yet, and I have big issues. I gave you the option. You messaged me a couple of weeks ago and said you needed to scratch an arcade racing game itch, and I gave you so many options. I even said I will bring Wipeout Omega Collection round to your house immediately right now, and you came back with, "Oh no, it's alright, I found Need for Speed." Literally one of the most boring, generic racing franchises going, and you haven't even picked a good one. So, what are you playing at, Mike? I'm not having it.
You can take out those disgusting racers as a policeman and hit them with white strips and stuff. It's probably one of the less boring Need for Speeds, to be fair.
Wow.
So I've no interest in. I say that I've no interest in playing any other game in the franchise. It's just like
This is where I have to jump in and objectively say that there is actually I can't believe I'm saying this. There is an actual storyline from Need for Speed Underground 2 through to, correct me here, John, Carbon? Almost Wanted.
I think
so, yeah.
Carbon, wasn't it?
Because there was a series of 3 games. It was Need for Speed Underground 2, and then Most Wanted and Carbon.
Mm-hmm.
And they were, all 3 of them were interlinked via an actual story. So you do kind of have to play them, Mike, I think, just to get a gist of the story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to. Played a bit of Most Wanted. I got like a modded version on the PC, but it's just the controls are just like a bit dated. I feel like racing games are one of those things I like struggle to get back to if the controls feel too like sluggish. And I feel like it did. I enjoyed Burnout was great though when I went back to Burnout 3. I played through all of the games, but Burnout 1 was rubbish. Burnout 2 was decent, but once you get to Burnout 3, it's just incredible.
Yes. The problem with Need for Speed is it started out, it's always wanted to be realistic, but then it has to veer into arcade territory because it got so big. And now it's in that weird kind of middle ground between arcade and sim racing, and it doesn't do either of them very well. Yeah, that's the thing. Right, anyway, let's say hello to all of our audience today. Hello Kisra, hello WV, hello Reynard City, hello Garbage Pail Kid, who has confirmed to me that YouTube is working because they've commented on YouTube. Is this the group for people who enjoy the company of a fine looking console? Yes it is. Hopefully there's not going to be any kind of debauchery in that vein tonight, but actually, yeah, that wouldn't be mine because it'd be good for content. And you may have noticed that the stream is looking slightly different tonight. It may be sounding slightly different as well because we have ditched off StreamYard, the kind of let's all do it for you kind of program, and we're now doing it properly using OBS. But because this is the first show that I've done with all of these settings, I think our cameras are looking better on this because the way that that's working is looking a lot better. And at some point we are all going to unify ourselves with microphones. I'm going to splash out some pennies and sort out some microphones for all of us. Mind you, actually, Cheney, your microphone's better than anything that we've got anyway, so you can keep yours though.
Oh, okay, thank you. Mine's on brand with me, you know.
Yes, I like that.
Yeah, thanks.
So, Emily says, John starting beef with the head of YouTube content isn't a good idea, but here we go. Yeah, sorry, Mike.
I will say, if you can plumb out the $3,000, you know the old commentator microphones with the lip? If you can plumb out for that.
You just want one of those? I mean, we'll see if we'll get someone to 3D print one for you, mate. So you can have that if you want.
If you can just pay Emily to stand there with a boom mic,
that'd be good.
Just have her in the corner. There we go. Boom.
I've done some like booming, so I know how painful that is. So don't make her do it. It's a tough job being the sound engineer.
Speaking of sound, apparently Kisra says that my mic quality has the best sound, but that's probably because obviously we're streaming from my PC, and so everybody else is dialing in over Norfolk's cabling. So there's a limit. There is a limit. Right. Okay. Shall we crack on then and talk about some game awards? Do we really care about like who's won everything? Because I didn't actually put together a list of that. I think most of us have probably already seen it, but we can discuss it if you wish. I don't mind. It's up to you.
I think it's been one of those very predictable years. I think everyone and their mothers knew that Claire Expedition 33 was going to just sweep absolutely everything.
They put them all in the front row so it wouldn't take too long for them to come and collect all their awards, didn't they?
Yeah, everyone knew that Mario Kart was going to get Best Racing Game. Everyone knew that Donkey Kong Bonanza was going to get Best Family Game. It was probably the most predictable Game Awards. I will say I really did like the live music performance this year. I thought that was really good, especially once they did do Expedition 33.
Yes.
So, but I can't say I'm not surprised at all. I mean, the writing was on the wall. I think sometimes you just get that one game, like it was Baldur's Gate 3 last year, and it was Wonder Years. It was
Astro won it last year. Baldur's Gate was the year before, wasn't it? I think.
Sorry, the year before was Baldur's Gate. Last year was kind of whatever year. But yeah, obviously the year Elden Ring came out, the year Breath of the Wild came out. It's like sometimes there is just a game that just kind of sweeps. I feel like that'll be GTA 6 next year for the most part.
You would have to assume
I'm not saying, I just think it's going to win everything, to be honest.
It'll have to, unless something else, crazy comes out. But I think most games are just going to. Everyone's going to avoid it. Sorry, Jack. What was that?
Lego Batman: Legacy of the Dark Knight.
I've got a picture for that somewhere. We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
There's a few games I'm excited for next year, and it's not GTA 6. That is my least anticipated game of next year.
Your least anticipated? What is your most anticipated, Jack? Sorry.
Probably Lego Batman, the new Lego Batman.
Really?
I'm so excited for that. Yeah, genuinely. And Wolverine. Like Lego Batman and Wolverine are my two top. I can't wait for Lego Batman.
Is Wolverine next year or is that 27?
Yeah, well, I think Wolverine's next year.
Yeah.
Is it really?
It's for now. They inevitably delay it.
They announced the release date at the Game Awards for Legacy of the Dark Knight, and it comes out just after my birthday.
Nice.
So it'll be a little Christmas present to myself. Not Christmas, birthday present. But I love the Lego Batman games, so I'm very excited for this one.
My favourite game next year is going to be the game I've never heard of, because that's always the case.
Something comes along.
Oh yeah, that game was completely under the radar. You never even knew existed. Turns out it's incredible, and everyone loves it. So I'm going to say that's going to be the best game of the year.
That's fair. That's fair. Was that Clair Obscur then, Mike? Would you say? Or
what's that? Sorry.
Did you was that for you this year, Clair Obscur? Or did you sort of know it already? And then
I never heard of Clair Obscur until it came out and everyone was talking about how incredible it was, and I was like, all right, fine, I'll give it a go. And then it's been the best game of the year. I think Split Fiction also was up there, but yeah, it's a clean sweep for me. I think they just released a free content update that added like a new area with like new bosses and harder bosses and stuff. So it's a lot of fun.
I'm excited to play it. I'm very excited. I hope I get it for Christmas. If not, I'll buy it for myself. So.
That's the way to go. So, do we have any favourite highlights from the Game Awards in terms of the new game announcements and trailers and news?
Garbage Pale Kid just pointed something out. Control 2.
Control 2. That's on my list. We're going to get to that. Let's let me bring up my other little screen here. Oh, look at this! I haven't got my chat done right. Let me just get that in the corner. There we go.
I'm just looking at all the winners. I'm just going to chime in right quick while you load that up. I'm just looking at all the winners, and there's nothing that really stands out as a disappointment, or nothing that stands out as a oh my god moment. It's all a bit predictable.
You think?
I'm honest.
Yeah. I suppose it could be.
I'm a bit sad that Jurassic World 3 didn't win anything.
I tell you what, was a terrible award to win. Let's talk about things that didn't deserve it. Best adaptation, The Last of Us Season 2.
Oh yeah, no, that didn't deserve it.
Forgive me for saying this, but they were all crap. I'm sorry. All of those nominations were rubbish.
Nominated category, and that was Arcane Season 2. Everything else was pretty rubbish, to be honest. It's been a bad year for video game adaptations in general. I mean, next year Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat 2,
Fallout is eligible.
Yeah,
Fallout's eligible.
Kind of this year, kind of next year. It's December through to February, so there's a lot to look forward to.
Does Mortal Kombat 2 come out next year as well, or is that already come out?
I believe. And Street Fighter.
And they've announced the Mortal Kombat 2.
Oh, the Street Fighter movie bit was
brilliant. There is.
John Hill coming out.
Oh shit! Yeah, I forgot about that.
Next year as well. So there is a lot of video game adaptations. So hopefully they're all good.
That's going to be a hotly. To be fair, that will probably be the hotly contested category for next year, because there is a lot of good things, and it's not as if it's a lot of good things and there's a couple of little rubbishy ones. Everything is being done to the utmost nth degree for next year. So you've got to think that, Street Fighter, okay, the 90s one was rubbish. Mortal Kombat, the 90s one was rubbish. But actually, they've reinvigorated themselves and have actually made themselves better. I think Five Nights at Freddy's 2 might also be eligible, because that came out after the 1st of November.
I've heard it's
so you've got to think that's going to be stacked.
I'm being an idiot. You've got the big one coming out next year, Mario Galaxy.
Mario Galaxy's out next year.
Yes, of course.
How's that the one I forgot? that's going to be
because
I actually think that's going to be great.
the Mario Galaxy movie it'll come along, it'll do really well. Everyone will go mad for Mario Galaxy for like a month, and then it will just disappear until 2 years later when another one comes along. That's just how it's going to be for Mario movies. They're just going to be there forever now, and they're never going away, which is sad.
It's good. They haven't. The thing is, as good as that first film was, Mario is a doomed concept as a movie because it just doesn't have enough meat on the bones. You know, you can't talk about an incredible like emotional moment, or you can't talk about any sort of nuance or incredible like well-made themes or anything like that. It's literally just, oh yeah, that was a lot of fun. Like, there's never going to be that, oh my god, did you see that really dark, emotional moment in the Mario Galaxy movie? That's just not going to happen.
They
It
can't.
doesn't have to be.
They
It
can't do
doesn't
like
have to
they
have
can't
all
do
that
like a
emotional
Thanos Avengers cliffhanger from movie to movie, can they? No.
It doesn't need to be.
Luigi's-
It doesn't need to be. Some things can just be fun.
I agree with Cheney. Like, yeah, it's not going to like blow your socks off, but like Molly and I watched this Cleo comment. We watched a film called Jingle Bell Heist on Netflix, right? And we have an app called Letterboxd, which is like a film review app, and so many people were reviewing it really badly, but it was really fun.
Mhm.
And it's like people on the internet, they don't like fun.
No.
Christmas movies are supposed to be forgettable and really easy to watch, aren't they? I don't mind. I don't mind the odd easy watching
It
Christmas
was
movie.
really silly, but that's what I agree with Cheney on that. It's like, yeah, Super Mario Galaxy is not going to blow your socks off, but for those fans that love Mario Galaxy, it's going to be like, oh my god, Rosalina,
Or for kids, or for
I was-
kid adults, you know.
yeah,
I was less
it's gonna be
thinking
great.
about what is more so like why it doesn't stick in the zeitgeist as long because there's not as much to like hold on to in terms of like things to.
Does
go
it need to
deeper
stick in the
into.
zeitgeist though, or does it,
Like-
or should it just be, you know, that sort of like little mini event movie?
Do you know what?
And
No,
then
I'm going to
goes
argue
away.
that. I'm going to argue that Minions.
Jane.
Look at how big the minions have become.
They were an original
Despicable-
concept.
Despicable
They
Me.
weren't- Like they are an original character. They're not from an adaptation. They're an original character. So that's why they've stuck around for so long. Whereas Mario, it's already an established brand, already got millions of different like media stuff from games, TV, all that stuff. I agree with you, and I agree with Mike. I think you both have good points. It is
I
going
think
to be
that
fun, but also
Zelda-
it's not going to be, you know, this big. Oh my god, it's going to last forever. John's right. It will come in, stay for a bit, go away again.
I think the Zelda movie is more likely to have sticking power because there's going to be more of an in-depth story behind it.
Mhm.
I think that is just like I said, I'm not saying it as a criticism. I just think a fun time isn't something that's going to mull in your brain for like
No,
months and months and months and months. You know, I can think about some great platformers I've played, and I play them, I enjoy them, and they're gone. But there might be a game that has like a really in-depth story and really interesting themes and beautiful art design that might stick in my head for the rest of the year. It's not a criticism of the actual
no,
content.
I
Basically,
don't disagree.
there's not- with the Mario movies, there isn't enough to hold on to that is going to keep your brain engaged like long after the things.
Oh, it
come out,
is.
which
It is
why
a kids' movie fundamentally, and you know, kids they want fun. It's why there's, you know, it's
What can you
right
do?
and
Like,
stuff, isn't it?
genuinely, like, what can you do with a Mario movie like that's going to make it like have some really?
You can't like kill off Princess Peach because that's just, you know, kids won't like that.
I think it's more likely
It's never
that
gonna
the Zelda film could have some proper stakes to it, couldn't it? Where at the end of the
Yeah.
film, I mean, depends. I don't know if the Zelda movie is going to follow any form of game story, or is it going to be its own thing, or is it going to be more of a sort of Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom type world where maybe at the end of the movie she gets sucked back in time, or etc. etc. Don't know.
I'm concerned because I genuinely think that the Zelda movie is going to have something that's going to be completely original, and what it's going to try and do is shoehorn its way into a timeline or multiple timelines that are already so convoluted unless you go down that rabbit hole and spend 2 hours trying to figure out what on earth is going on. That's my only concern. If they follow a storyline and it's a largely adaptation of, I don't know, Link's Awakening through to Majora's Mask and then goes down that timeline, totally fine. But I think if they try to do something completely original, it's not going to succeed as much as we think it's going to do.
I think it's going to be a melting pot of like the games. Like I genuinely do. Like it's going to have Ganondorf's going to be the main villain. You're going to have they've got the version of Zelda from Breath of the Wild who's a bit more proactive. She's not a damsel in distress and wearing a dress all the time. But you've still got Link in the green tunic from like the classic, well, basically anything that's not Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. So it's like, I think it is going to be like, it's going to be, we've got to get the pieces of the Triforce to defeat Ganondorf. That's going to be the plot. Like, I guarantee it, because that's just what you do when you make a Zelda movie. But like,
if that's the case, it should just be a standalone thing. Don't try and make a legacy out of it, because ultimately there is then not much else you've got as an original story bar rehashing Wind Waker or Twilight Princess or Minish Cap.
I think something like a Majora's Mask would be an incredible film that they would never make, because how do you make a kids film that has a time travel mechanic where if the time limit is when the 3 days are over, the moon crashes into the earth and kills everyone? Like, how the hell do you make that? You know,
a lot of bad CGI will do that as well.
Yeah. No way they would put the balls to like make that into a kids film, which I kind of, but like there's interesting. I think the most interesting concepts for movies would be the ones that don't follow the traditional, you know, Zelda, Link, the Triforce, Ganondorf, that kind of thing. I can't imagine they'll do something like that. As much as I think an animated Wind Waker movie would be insanely good. Like, with that sort of art style, would be phenomenal.
I think animation sometimes is the better way for, like, video game adaptations over... Like, look at Edge Runners, for example. I think that brought a lot of people... I haven't watched it myself, but I know that brought a lot of people into Cyberpunk. Because I know somebody who didn't play Cyberpunk until they watched Edge Runners. So I think it
depends, because, like, a live-action Kirby would be nightmare fuel, and it would give everyone nightmares. Like, it would just be like a horror film, just straight up, like, just devouring everything. It would be terrifying. Something like a Metroid, I think, would work incredibly well in live action. Like make it like a sci-fi epic that's, like, got a little bit of alien DNA in it, like as in the film franchise Alien. Like, you've got an incredible film on your hands, so something like Metroid would work great. But
not enough people know about Metroid to be interested in it, though. I don't think.
Yeah, I was going to say that's the crux of it. That's why Mario's done so well. That's why Zelda's going to do well. Same with Kirby. I don't think Kirby would do so well, but not because it's such a niche, because it isn't. It is a big IP, but it's not as
Sonic,
big.
You know, and like Kirby's first design, like Nightmare Fuel, and then the fans outrage and they go, "Wait a minute, we'll delay it while we redesign them."
Right.
And it's this fluffy little thing.
I'm going to try and steer us back towards talking about some games and talk about my favourite game from the Game Awards is Star Wars Fate of the Old Republic. How is nobody jumping up and down about this game? This is probably one of my most anticipated sequels of all time.
Is it a sequel to KOTOR?
I mean, it's a spiritual sequel, so I don't imagine, with KOTOR being more of an RPG rather than... I mean, they've said that this is an action RPG, but an action RPG these days is very different. Sorry, Mike, what?
So Knights of the Old Republic isn't actually canon anymore to the... Because when they...
That's the thing as well, isn't it?
Yeah, when Disney bought Lucasfilm, basically the 6 films and Clone Wars were the only things that were carried over. Everything else, the games, the comics, it was all completely just taken
isn't it Star Wars Legends? Isn't that what it's called?
But I
could sort of do it.
I don't care. I couldn't care less about whether Disney control the narrative or whatever. As long as they've got the creative freedom to do what they want with this game, in terms of story. That's the only thing I'm worried about. But the fact that they've got Casey Hudson, the guy who was like behind the originals and Mass Effect as well, it's
Wow.
yeah, it's this game is too big to fail. It's gonna be absolutely amazing. I think it's gonna be it's gonna be years. Say what?
Do you know who the studio are that are making it?
I know. It's probably been announced, but I don't know specifically what the studio is.
They don't have the exclusive license anymore, like they did do a couple of years ago.
No, I don't think it's anyone like EA. Let me see if I can look it up. Actually, right.
I've just seen that I'm actually probably more because I've never played the KOTOR games. I've got them, but I just never got.
Have you
to doing
not?
it.
Wow. Okay.
But I have just seen that they are doing Galactic Racer next year as well, which is a pod racing game in the year of 2026. Now, how long has it been since we've had a pod racing game of some form? It would be.
I mean, they only ever made the one. It's been. Janie, you've moved on to this before I've had a chance to load the picture in.
Oh no,
it's all right. I can do this. I can do this.
You know me. Get the guns and jump them.
It's all good. But yeah, 2 Star Wars games coming is thoroughly exciting. Where's me pictures? My thumbnails are so small I can't even see them on my screen. There we go.
And it's probably got to be a long enough wait now that we need a decent Star Wars game.
You say that the last 2 I thought were really good. The
Jedi Survivor. Not bad.
And Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor.
I love the Jedi games. I think Jedi Survivor and what's the Fallen Order were amazing. And I've just looked at the Star Wars Fight of the Old Republic trailer. It's Arcanaut Studios in collaboration with Lucasfilm Games.
Published by
also, it does
Lucasfilm.
look really good.
It's going to be brilliant.
I've sort of not ditched Star Wars, but I haven't consumed much Star Wars media in the last couple of years. But the itch is starting to come back because that does look quite good.
Yeah, once we'd finished, we get Boba Fett. Obviously, is the next thing, isn't it? The next it's the next big Star Wars thing that I'm interested in. Mandalorian, I should say.
Yeah, that's Mandalorian film, isn't it? I'm sort of turned off from that.
Really?
Yeah,
why?
That Starfighter film though looks good. With Sean Lindsay as the director, the guy behind Deadpool.
Yeah, Starfighter.
Ryan Gosling one. So,
I don't know.
Star Wars is one of those things I actually feel like I enjoy more as a game franchise. I think it's like there's just so much enjoyability about being a Jedi and using the Force or a Sith or whatever and wielding a lightsaber that I don't know. The films obviously can capture well, but I honestly think my favourite way to experience the Star Wars universe probably is through a video game. Actually, genuinely loved like Republic Commando. I played back in the day. I absolutely loved the Revenge of the Sith tie-in game.
Yes,
when that came out.
I love Battlefront. Battlefront games are great.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna say there's not been a decent one. There's not been a decent Star Wars game since the PS2 games, KOTOR 2, Battlefront.
Really?
2.
That's a lie.
Really? Okay.
That's a lie. You're wrong.
I'll die on that hill.
Jane.
I don't mind.
Jedi games.
I don't know, but I'm thinking of it like this. You've got to think, and it is
the bloody broadsword saber. How cool is that?
Oh no, that was rubbish. A black that has an outline. I just thought,
not the dark saber. Kylo Ren's like crossguard. That saber.
Okay. That's fine.
Amazing.
The way I'm looking at it is that with Disney taking over Lucasfilm and the whole Star Wars franchise, there's been so much Star Wars that's been rammed down your throat, and that's not just cross games; it's across media, it's across all media. There's only snippets and certain things that are really. We were talking about the zeitgeist a little while ago. There's only certain things that have really stuck in the zeitgeist. Let's be honest.
Cool.
They've got to do something to bring it all back. And
I don't
know. I hope this might be it.
I think they did pump too much out. Like Book of Boba Fett was a bit meh. They didn't need an Obi-Wan show. They didn't need Ahsoka. They didn't need to make a series 3 of Mandalorian. They didn't need to pump out a million things. Apparently Andor's amazing, which I need to get on. But I think this Star Wars game looks really good. And I remember when we watched some Game Awards a few years ago when I was in uni, and they announced the KOTOR remake, and I was like, "Oh my god, Star Wars KOTOR!" And John was like, "Yeah, it's a really good game. You're gonna like it." And then obviously they cancelled it. So this is quite exciting, I will say.
Okay. Let's get on to Batman.
Is this one actually going to come out? Because it might not. Because how many times have we been disappointed by Star Wars games getting announced and then just never coming out?
That's quite not. Said that what bounty was it? Star Wars 1313 that was really promising.
Yeah, that was made by the writer of Uncharted, who's writing that new Captain America Black Panther video game.
Oh, that looks good.
Couldn't care less about that. Shall we
It's
talk
Marvel, innit?
Talking of
Batman.
Marvel. Talking of Marvel,
No.
or even not Marvel.
That's DC.
Let's talk about Batman. I know it's DC.
Talking of superheroes.
Talking of superheroes.
I am really excited for
Right,
this game.
Jack, tell us everything you know about Batman. Well, or not actually, not specifically. Tell us what you know about the game.
Don't give us the life story of Batman.
Essentially, this game is its own original story, but it takes inspiration from everything that's been mainstream Batman. So we're talking all the movies, so
Yep.
Batman 1989 all the way up to the Batman.
That's what confused me.
Arkham games, but it's also it's essentially it's its own original story. It's Telltale telling their version of this Batman using inspiration and sort of elements from the movies and the Arkham games and other stuff. But events will take place in like a Batman 1989 inspired, I think, level. Then some of it will take place in like a Christopher Nolan Batman style like inspired level and like quest stuff. And then there's different bat suits from across Batman's like 80 plus years. And you get to play as Jim Gordon, Batman, Robin, Batgirl, Catwoman, Talia al Ghul, and I think there's like 80 plus Nightwing as well. There's like 80 plus like skins and like bat suits and different skins for all the other playable characters. But yeah, I can't wait because have you seen the combat? It's basically a spiritual Arkham sequel, but a good one. Not that crappy Suicide Squad
Lego
game.
Batman multiverse is what I'm hearing.
No, they're doing Lego Batman Arkham, Cheney. That's what they're doing. It'll be an Arkham.
It's not like any
gonna be
Lego
amazing.
game at all. It's I mean, like even down to the character designs, like so like the Joker's design is from The Dark Knight. Catwoman is designs from Batman Returns. The same with the Penguin. It's like Bane is from,
Jim Gordon's from the Batman.
So it's taking the best elements of them.
Essentially.
In the trailer, one of the zones was the Flying Graysons, which, for those who don't know, is the circus which Dick Grayson came from.
Batman Forever.
Sort of his parents.
Batman Forever.
I love Batman Forever.
What a film game.
Oh, it's a great film. Jim Carrey Riddler. Amazing.
When does it come out?
And they
next
a lot of
May
interviews.
26th.
That's not too
There's
far
been a lot of
away at all.
interviews with James Gunn, who's obviously the head of DC, and Jim Lee, who was a comic book artist who is currently running the DC Comics side of things. So not only are they having all the video game developers involved, but they're also having James Gunn involved.
Oh yeah, because there's elements of comics in it as well.
And the guy who's heading the comics side of things. So it is really going to be a love letter to everything Batman from every facet of
I'll put in, because I think I know what Mike's on about. There was a YouTube video that was done.
Yeah.
I'll put it in the Discord bit.
Put it in their Discord
It's like
for us, Jack.
I will. It's like a little love letter thing that they did. Building there we go, official behind the scenes. It was really a really lovely, like, I think it's like 15 minutes, 8 minutes. Tell a lie.
So I'm the comic book expert on the panel. I mean, I know Cheney and John have seen my house. I've literally got a wall which is just comic books. So I'm very well read.
This is what I like.
Put it in.
This is what I like about the Lego. Whilst you're doing that, Jack, that's what I like about the Lego games. They don't just take. Well, they do. They take original stories and they run with that. But with franchises like the Star Wars games and with the Batman games. I think they've done it maybe with Jurassic Park.
I'll put it in the
Potentially,
live stream chat so
Yeah.
everybody can.
they take the whole thing. They don't just take snippets. They don't just take a film or a particular movie. They take the entire franchise and just go, do you know what? This is everything that you can do. Go have fun with it. And it is a hell of a lot of fun. So actually, I'm mildly intrigued.
This is my anticipation. Can't wait.
It might actually be the only DC game that comes out, so make the most of it, because Netflix
They're
turn around and
consistent.
say,
Yes, it could all get destroyed as Warner Brothers, isn't it?
They are consistent
Oh.
with their games as well, though. There's not. You tell me when there's been, and this again is across the board with Lego games, because I played. It's the Lego 2K Drive. What's it thing? That's actually quite a fun game. They haven't
It's not been
done
a bad,
a bad game.
Molly loves Lego City Undercover. She is obsessed with that game.
That was Wii U exclusive, wasn't it, at some point?
It was,
was,
yeah, but
yeah.
we got it on the Switch because she loves it.
We love Lego.
It
We
can do
do.
no wrong. It's
It's
weird, isn't
great.
it? Everyone, global warming and looking after the environment. Lego somehow gets a pass on being a product that's based entirely on like non-recyclable plastic.
But the thing is, John, you can never break Lego. You show me a piece of broken Lego,
Yeah, you're quite right.
and I will find a hat and stuff it down my throat and eat it. You cannot find broken Lego. They do. They just go and they
Yep.
last forever. And people
Lives
hold on to
forever.
them. I'm clearing out some of Avery's toys, and I'm thinking, oh, I've got this box of Lego, but I'm not going to get rid of it because it will literally last me until she starts having kids and
Yeah.
her kids start having kids.
Right. What's next? So we're happy with Batman, yeah? Very good.
Yes.
Next up, we're going to talk very quickly about 4 Loop. Who cares about 4 Loop? Any Left 4 Dead fans in the
really.
house?
Was
No,
that a
right.
Left 4 Dead thing?
Made by one of the original creators of Left 4 Dead, 4 Loop. It looks like the exact same game.
I played a little bit of
Probably gonna
Back
be
for
a-
Blood when it came out. And that was all right.
Similar stuff. Sorry, Mike, what did
That
you
was
say?
it.
I genuinely like, someone chiming in if I'm wrong, but has there ever been a spiritual successor to a old game franchise that's actually been as good or managed to recapture that magic? Because it feels like every time they try to recreate something that happened in the past, it seems to. I mean, I like something like a ukulele. I mean, I prefer the 2D platformer and Impossible Layer, but like every time they try and recapture the magic of something that came before, I'm not talking about like, oh, they take inspiration, like a straight up spiritual successor. Like there's an RPG series on the PS1, I think, called Suikoden, and they the people who made a game called it's called like Uden Chronicles 100 Heroes, and that game came out and nobody played it because the thing is with these spiritual successors is they just, I don't know, they just haven't got it. Now what it is quite nebulous, but like I just think like I've never seen one of these spiritual successors type games that are not marketed as a spiritual successor actually genuinely turn out to be excellent.
If they do come out, they last for all of about 5 minutes and then they fall off a cliff. Like I say, Back for Blood was the spiritual successor to Left 4 Dead, and it was good.
The problem
It
with
was
Left
good
4
for all of about 5 minutes.
The problem with all of these 4 games is that they all just kind of come and go very quickly because the gameplay is so shallow. It's an intense, very good, fun, squad shooter. But then once you've done the few missions and the few campaign things that ask you to do, there's not a lot to come back to. But I mean, it'll be quite a good game, I imagine. But it will probably be something that I won't be getting myself.
I think they just need to put more effort into their campaigns. I mean, I remember when, not to go on a massive tangent, but I remember when stuff like Call of Duty and Halo, the campaign was like the meat of the thing, and if you wanted more, you had multiplayer. Whereas now with shooters, it definitely seems like they put everything into the multiplayer.
Yeah.
And just as a little side thing, here's a really half-assed, maybe.
Apparently, the new Black Ops
It's completely the other way around.
single player isn't even
dread that
offline.
final boss is just like a Fortnite raid boss, which isn't completely destroyed the whole realistic shooter thing that they tried to market themselves at 10 years ago. It's gotten ridiculous at this point, to the point where it's got no identity at all. It's just completely shed its skin.
Call of
It's
Duty,
gone
just
quite as popular.
over there.
But I miss proper quality campaigns for like things like shooters and stuff. Obviously the Left 4 Dead games had campaigns.
That's the problem with
Titanfall
shooters.
2.
Shooters are just multiplayer. It's where the money is, isn't it?
The
Talking-
Titanfall 2 campaign
farm.
was amazing.
Unless it's Doom. Doom's like the only
Oh,
shooter
well.
franchise that seems to prioritize a campaign.
yeah.
I mean, I did not like the multiplayer mode in Eternal at all. So, but yeah, it's something I definitely miss. And it's just, I guarantee this game.
I think the Doom franchise is a consistent, good. I loved Dark Ages' campaign. It was definitely my favourite.
I used to love Call of Duty back in the day. Like I used to love like the campaign for like the original Black Ops and World of War and the original Modern Warfare.
Black Ops 3 was quite fun. I enjoyed Black Ops 3.
First Black Ops. That was my last COD, I think. Right, let's move on to the next game.
Yeah.
Do we have any Battlestar Galactica fans in the house, in the chat? No one in the room. Fine. All right then. Well, anyway, Trisha Helfer from Battlestar Galactica, she's probably done some other stuff, is now acting one of the main characters in the new Warlock Dungeons and Dragons game, for which there was some fancy CGI trailer, but no actual gameplay. No one really knows what it's about, but it's probably going to be some sort of dungeon crawler type game. I'm interested in it. I don't know if anyone else is, so this probably won't be a big talking topic for us, but it looks interesting, I thought, but I want to see more of what it's about.
For me, it's the fact that they've marketed it straight away as a single-player action game rather than a action game that you can play with your friends. Good.
Yeah.
Just following on from what we were just saying, let's bring back the single players. Let's bring back the games that you can just spend 40 hours in front of a screen playing on your own and then go and either touch some grass or say, come on, friends, let's play this game. Take your pick.
Okay.
Isn't Baldur's Gate 3 just a D&D game, essentially, right? It's like
Yeah, it
D&D,
is, yeah, but
It
it's...
is, yeah, it is D&D, yeah.
But it's one of those that you say, come along with your friends, rather than play the game first.
Is it not a single player? I know they have multiplayer elements, but I thought it was a single player game.
Yeah.
It's either or. You can play it with friends or you can play it on your own. You don't. The game is built for either because you've got your companions. I like it both ways, but I think the only problem is when you have multiplayer characters in, you can't have party members in with your, like, they take up those slots, so you're not going to get any character development from any of your characters if you're rocking a party of four, for a group of four friends. So it's definitely one of those games you want to play both potentially, and then maybe after do a multiplayer play.
I
was going to say, isn't the voice actress just in this game, but we're talking about, isn't she also in Mass Effect? She voices Edie, the AI. I think.
You might be right on that one.
I was just going to ask, because Emily's just said in the chat she was recently in Lucifer, but I can't remember who she was in Lucifer. So if you could remind me who she was in Lucifer, that would be a really great help. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, next one. Saros. Oh, I've put our picture right over the interesting bit of the screenshot there. It's a game called Saros. It's coming out on the PS5. It looks like a typical futuristic shooty type thing. I can take it or leave it personally.
Isn't it a Returnal sequel, or like it's from the guys who did Returnal, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not interested personally.
Yeah.
But yeah, it didn't interest me.
It's going to be graphics over gameplay. Let's just move on quickly then to Total War Warhammer 40k.
Right, I have a lot to say about this.
All right.
Because I am a Total War fan.
Oh God.
So I'll preface this with the fact that us four have been behind the scenes talking about our top 5 favourite games, and I've got many a favourite game. I couldn't really make an easy top 5 list, but I would say probably about 7th or 8th is Medieval and Shogun Total War. So I'm a bit of a Total War fan. They have already done the Warhammer thing like 3 times.
Yes.
Leave it alone.
But it's
Well,
good
clearly
though.
it's popular training.
It's good, yes, but the
Total
problem with the
War, like
Total
Age of
War
Empires, stuff like
franchise
that.
has become so convoluted. It's another one of these games where they've done too much with it. It's now so convoluted, but also they're rehashing a franchise when they've got so many other, and this is the point, historic places and times that they can go to that they haven't even touched.
Yeah, but they'll always do the ones that are the most popular that, for want of a better term, the casual Warhammer audience knows about.
Yeah, just leave it alone. For me, again, it goes back to rehashing and remakes and things like that. This isn't an original idea from Total War. This isn't an original idea from them.
What works for us?
Do something new.
Oh, this worked. Let's do it again.
I know.
Sega needs money. Sega needs
basically.
money.
Well, no, to be fair.
Franchise.
Yeah, to be fair.
I mean, Warhammer fans are like mosquitoes. You're like, there aren't any, and then all of a sudden, a Warhammer thing comes out, and there's like a million of them. Wow,
and they're rich.
Space Marine 2 is really fun. Like my mates, he plays tabletop Warhammer, and he told me about it, and I looked at the trailer. I was like, this actually looks really fun. And I'm kind of I'm a very casual Warhammer person. I've played the game. I've got one book that I found at a charity bookshop at Holcombe Hall, and I've listened to like some of the lore. But this doesn't interest me. But I think if they announce Space Marine 3, it probably will.
Space Marine 3 is probably some time away, I think. But
definitely.
There's plenty more to talk about when it comes to action games. Something that I'm very excited for. Oh, someone's done a rocket! Someone found the button on Twitch. That's my next task, is changing all of them. I didn't even know if they would still work, to be fair. Thing is, if you're on YouTube, you can't control them. Anyway, Phantom Blade Zero. One of my most anticipated games for last year. Do you guys know about it? Do you need me to give you a quick rundown?
I have no clue.
Okay. So basically, it's like probably the easiest. It's somewhere between Dark Souls and a hack and slash. It just looks incredibly fluid. It's extremely ambitious.
With a Ghost of Yotai skin on top?
It's all those kind of vibes, yeah. It's set in like medieval fantasy Eastern kind of stuff. Like ultra violent. But if you were to imagine like the combat from a Soulsborne game, but imagine that, but you've got 10 different stances that you can employ at any time, but then you can just do everything all at once. It's very hard to describe, but the combat looks to be probably the most versatile of its kind in this sort of genre of game. The boss fights look very imaginative, and I cannot wait to see if this really does come out as good as it looks. I know we've got some Dark Souls fans in the room, so what do you say, Shani?
I was just saying you liked Ghost of Yotai, so if it's similar,
I love Ghost of Yotai. I love Soulsborne's games, so I'm well up for giving that one a go. Any thoughts on it, Mike?
I would like to say that I am a walking contradiction in the fact that I am like, we need more original games. Why don't they make more original games? Then when the original game gets announced, I'm like, yeah, but I don't recognise it. It's like don't get me wrong.
He's carrying a baby around. It's got some Death Stranding vibes in it as well.
And it's one of those things where, like with original games, like when it comes out, if everyone's like Expedition 33 this year and Baldur's Gate and etc. If a game comes out and everyone's like, oh my god, it's incredible, you have to play it, I'd be like, all right then, I'll play it. But then I'm not the kind of person to like pre-order a game and have no idea if it's going to be good or not. But it looks good from what I've seen.
I'll be honest, I'd have to. I think I'm in a similar vein with Mike, to be honest.
Well, they did.
I have.
Go on, Jack. Sorry, finish what you're saying.
I
was going to say they did like a 40-minute gameplay reveal. Would have probably been like over a month ago now, which just shows like uninterrupted like 40-odd minutes of the game, and it looks absolutely brilliant. So it's certainly one to keep an eye on if you like that kind of thing. Following on, we've got the new Control, haven't we? We did briefly mention that earlier on. That's just gonna be like a complete mess with your head game, isn't it?
Yeah, if you look
I
at
loved the first
how,
one. I think I streamed the first one. It was great.
and this is something that Remedy do really well. You have to give Sam Lake a lot of credit for it, all the way from Max Payne through Alan Wake and the original Control. It is a complete mind flip. It is, and it is in the best way possible as well. None of those games make sense until right at the very end, and then you go, "Ah, yeah, actually, that all does make sense."
Yeah.
I own, because both Alan Wake games were free on PlayStation, but I haven't played them yet. But I loved Control, so I feel like I should probably give the Alan Wake games a go.
You should.
Mhm.
Well, I've only played the first one, and I thought it was really good. Again, you know what I'm like. I'm a sucker for a story, and my God, that
Oh, I
had a
love
story.
stories.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
They are
I've-
good games. I tried a little bit of Control. I didn't really
Oh,
give it the time of day that
I
I
loved
think it
Control. I
deserves.
think it gave me a more appreciation because I was streaming it, so it was fun to like have other people watch me play it and like
Mhm.
talk about it with me. But I thought it was a great game. I loved the art design and the gun design, just everything. It was really cool.
Everything.
So I'm excited for this one.
All right, cool.
My hot take is that I didn't care much for Control. I got the platinum trophy, because of course I did, because I have a problem. But I don't know. The story just didn't grab me really, even though I like 100% of the game. I thought the combat was decent for what it was. I obviously the graphically, like visually, it looked incredible. Like
Mhm.
I didn't grab me. I own Alan Wake. I just haven't got around to playing it yet. It's yeah. I'm kind of intrigued about the second one, but I feel like one thing it didn't help is I got about halfway through Control and I was stuck at this bit and I was getting so frustrated because I did not know how to pass it. I was like, I'm going to look it up. I give up. Looked it up and it was like, oh, you just do this thing. And I was like, well, I can't do this thing because the person I need to speak to isn't there. And turns out it was just
Oh, is
like
it
a
like
game
the silo bit?
bug. So I had to. It was like I was on like a bridge or something. I can't remember, but like I literally.
I think I know what you're on about. I had
I spent
that.
about an hour dicking about, and turns out it wasn't my fault. The game just was glitchy. It was a very glitchy game, at least when I played it. It was quite frustrating.
It was to
I-
begin
I-
with
yeah,
as well.
probably play it.
Actually, it was
Might
really
replay
glitchy,
it.
and then they fixed it really well.
WV did not complete Alan Wake 1. Okay.
Oh.
I've got so many games to play and not enough time.
I know.
I just need to stop working, really.
That's
But I
it.
can't do
Just do what I did, Jack. Just give up your job and then hope that everything will be all right.
But you see, I can't. I don't have enough savings for that at all.
Sorry,
Go on,
It's all right, Jack. We'll look after you. Right, let's crack on. We've got a few more games to get through in the last few minutes. So we had the most gory trailer probably that I've ever seen for the new Divinity game. This was pretty harsh, wasn't it? The guy getting burned alive and then all sorts of crazy stuff coming out of his flesh and everyone was kind of there, just bulbous things flying everywhere. It was gruesome.
Lovely.
But I quite enjoyed it though, to be fair. And then everyone just ran for their lives. It's not normally the type of game that I'm into personally, but the trailer looked darn good.
I've just read it's done by the Baldur's Gate guys as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's of that ilk, isn't it?
Yes,
Yep. And then came the part of the show where I, along with every other Final Fantasy fan in the world, was hoping for that Jeff would finally tell us that Square Enix have finally decided to release the first snippet of information about Final Fantasy VII Part 3. Maybe a title. I didn't want a release date. I didn't need a trailer. It's too early for that. But even just tell us the name of the game. And up comes Jeff. We're about 15 minutes before the end of the show at this point. Kisra knows what I'm going to say. And he comes up and he goes, right, there are some things that he's really excited to reveal as part of the Game Awards, and there's things that he's been chasing for decades to try and get exclusives on. And when a remake comes along that's as important as this, it makes him so proud, and the Game Awards, his life's work and everything, it's all so well worth it. I'm like, holy shit, it's going to happen. We're finally getting some Final Fantasy VII news. And then he goes, so please enjoy. And the lights go down, orchestra is revealed on the stage, and there's bloody green lights everywhere, and it's like, shit me, that's Final Fantasy branding. And then they reveal a silhouette appears behind some doors, and it's bloody flipping Mega Man. Of all things, bloody Mega Man, and you see, honestly, and the gameplay, it's right, great, yeah, Mega Man, yeah, brilliant, classic game and all of that, but the game itself looks like arse. It looks like it's been made by like the student intern division at Capcom. I'm sure it'll play well because it's a Mega Man game and everything, but it's not what I wanted, and I am not happy about it. And
I'm going to stop.
It was built up far too much. I'm not having it. I'm not having it, Cheney.
I'm going to stop Old Man Shouts at Cloud, and the reason for this
Old Man couldn't shout at Cloud, he wasn't even there!
I know, it's hard on the pun. I've had a quick look of all the kids' games. Obviously, we've got Lego. I'm ignoring Lego because we've already talked about
anyway.
That. Two kids' games, I see...
Look at it! Look at it!
I see kids. Yeah.
Oh, that is not
it's a
good at all.
It's not, though, is it? Mega Man's for like 30, 40-year-old people who grew up on an NES. Like that's the problem with Mega Man is that Mega Man's become a nostalgia brand that hasn't made any attempts to make new fans, because it's just not even attempted to do anything to modernize it. Like if you look at like Mega Man 11, not sure what year that came out, but this looks basically the same as that. And with the amount of years that's passed between Mega Man 11 and this, it feels like
it's been a decade in development.
But Mega Man 11 played like an old game. It didn't like. There's so many 2D platformers like that have come out that feel like they're innovative. You look at like any of the 2D platformers that are coming out in the indie scene.
Yeah.
And then you look at Mega Man. It's like, why are you still trying to play like an NES game? Like it's okay.
Those times have gone. Let's move on.
I personally prefer the Mega Man X games to the like classic series, but like it's just like I just think they really need to up their game. It's like oh Mega Man's not very popular anymore. It's like, oh well, I wonder why. If we were still releasing Tank Control's RE games, you know, like Resident Evil was still basically the same now as it was on the PS2, PS1, but with better graphics, people wouldn't be playing them. The reason why Resident Evil's stood the test of time and why they're still making games now is because it's gone with the times. Mega Man is a franchise that's so hell-bent on hitting the nostalgia beats of the people who grew up with those games. It's lost to time. It's like that's one of the problems with the new Metroid Prime game. It's like, it's you know, people go, oh, it plays just like the GameCube game. I'm like, that is a problem, because that
no one wants a GameCube game.
Metroid Prime came out. It's like, you need to innovate. I'm not saying you have to throw out every single thing that worked about those old games, but it's just like you need to actually start pushing the game forward rather than trying to harken back. Because some things about old games just suck. Like you know, the live system, the fact that there's just like
all retro games are shit.
In the platforms,
all the games
they had like a million strikes, like you want to just headbutt a wall. Like there's something about those old platformers that just are really annoying. The more modern platformers like The Messenger or Shovel Knight or Ukulele and Impossible Air or Celestial, like all these other games, they have innovated. And that is the problem with Mega Man. It has not innovated, and I don't know if it will.
It won't, because people want the tradition when it comes to that kind of thing, don't they?
Yeah, it's just it needs to reinvent itself. I think not in a way that it loses its identity, but just it just needs to keep up with the times, and I think that's why Mega Man's just not interesting. I mean, look at something like a game we're going to talk about in a minute, I assume, which is Tomb Raider, and how that's
yes. Let's get on with our next one, shall we? So
I was just going to quickly chime in with.
Oh, go on.
This is everything I hate about remakes and remasters and continuing on a franchise that, let's be honest, is really dead. But I'm much as a platformer, and like I say, they are mainly aimed towards the younger generation. I'm much more excited for Bradley the Badger that was announced. And
oh yeah, we did. I forgot about that. That looks really good.
Yeah. But that's
Bradley
because
the Badger.
Yeah,
What?
It's been founded by a lead dev that was on the Red Dead team.
I'll stick the trailer in the chat in the Discord.
That seems like its biggest inspiration.
Yeah.
which was a really classic, funny game that was on the Nintendo 64. So it looks really good.
But this
I
is the
think
thing, it's a new IP. It's not a rehash. It's not a rehash, and it's not something that, like you say, is a nostalgia bait that's going to bring people in. It's something that's new. It's something that's going to be fresh for everybody.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
kids.
it's not making fun
adults.
of it's not making fun of games that came out 30 years ago. It's making fun of games that came out like 10 years ago.
Quite recently.
So it's not. It's a bit more relevant. It's not trying to live in the past. It's trying to sort of make fun of stuff that's a bit more recent. I'm sure there'll be references and jokes about old games, but it seems very much forefront on sort of stuff that's actually in the cultural zeitgeist. So I think Bradley the Badger, I don't know, I don't think it's going to be incredible, but I am incredibly intrigued by how it's actually going to turn out.
I think it's going to be fun, and sometimes fun is good enough.
Wise
as long as it's funny. I mean,
I would agree.
it lives and dies by its writing. That's the kind of game that it doesn't matter what the gameplay's like, it doesn't matter what the graphics like. With Bradley the Badger, if it's not funny, the whole game is going to fall apart. Like anything else the game does is complete. Like some games just.
It's looking good
like,
so
like,
far.
Like if an Uncharted game comes out and the story's bad, like there's no point. Like sometimes you have that one aspect of the game that's so core to the game, it kind of like if that one thing isn't great, the whole thing falls apart, and that's going to be down to the writing. But I've enjoyed what I've seen so far.
Yeah. So, just for once, to finish off, we don't have to have the debate on whether remakes are better or sequels are better, because Tomb Raider's kind of doing both. We have got 2 new Tomb Raider games to look forward to. We've got Legacy of Atlantis, which is a reimagining, that's the word they're using, a reimagining of the very first Tomb Raider from 1996, and then in 2027 we have then got Tomb Raider Catalyst, which is a whole brand new story-based game. But for someone who does like remakes, if they're done well, the original Tomb Raider is one of my favourite games. I didn't skive off school for many video games. In fact, I skived off school for 3 video games, which were Desert Strike, Tomb Raider, and Final Fantasy VII. And honestly, this first Tomb Raider game, I am stupidly excited for this. I loved the Anniversary remake that they did, and this is just a whole nother level on top of that with modern graphics. I am thoroughly excited for this one. Feel free to tear me down, but I'm all over this. I'm on the hype train. I am on board. I have got my tickets.
At this point, just bring back triangle tits. That's all I've got to say on this.
There'll be some cheat mode that lets you do it.
There has to be like a costume or something. There has to be like a costume or something that makes you have the classic.
Yeah, of course they will. They'll put some skins in that. Of course they will. So we've got literally 2 games, which it tells me that probably one of the games is running quite far behind in development. I'm guessing that this Legacy of Atlantis is probably about 2 years overdue now, but it is fantastic to hear that they are working on Catalyst as well. My only worry is, now I presume that these 2 games are being made by separate studios within Crystal Dynamics. They can't be literally making 2 games at once, surely, because that could potentially really compromise the quality.
I would imagine there's probably like an offshoot studio, because recently Cyberpunk now have for their next game a dedicated North American studio purely working on Cyberpunk. So obviously CD Projekt Red have their studio in Poland, but I think for the next Cyberpunk game, which I think is called Project Orion, they've got, because it's obviously in North America, they've got a dedicated sort of offshoot of CD Projekt Red in America, purely developing Cyberpunk. So Crystal Dynamics might have done something similar with this, like with Tomb Raider, and been like, okay, or like Ubisoft do, where they have like different studios do different.
Yeah.
I was going to suggest maybe it's a Rockstar situation where you got Rockstar North and the other one I can't remember the name of, where they can work on GTA and Red Dead and everything simultaneously, but they're all under the same umbrella.
You got to think Tomb Raider is getting quite a resurgence, because obviously we've got TV show coming as well, so that's going to tie in all at the right time, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Thingy from
That's
Game of
2027
Thrones.
as well, isn't it?
Yes, not going to be before then, is it? As they're only now just starting production on it. So,
Yeah.
but
I
I'm.
actually,
Lara Croft, I think.
Go on, Mike.
I actually think that this announcement was a bad idea. And I'm
Really?
not talking about the games coming out. I think I think the announcement was a bad idea. Now,
What?
the reason I say that
That they've announced
is
Catalyst this early.
they should have announced they should have announced only one of the games. The reason being, they have now put in the cultural zeitgeist 2 Tomb Raider games.
Yes.
And now people are gonna I know we know that one's a remake and one's not a remake, but that is the general consumer, like Catalyst and what's it, Tombs of Atlantis. Nobody's gonna know the difference, and it's just gonna muddle up the whole marketing thing. All you needed is a trailer for the Tombs of Atlantis, and then just a little offhand comment that says, "Oh, and by the way, we're working on the next Tomb Raider game."
Mm-hmm.
Because when you've got 2 trailers for the same franchise, and it is just going to completely muddy the waters, and I think it will affect how the game's do.
Yeah, I suppose when
bad optics.
when Atlantis, starts to come out and they start all the marketing and everything, every advert they do, every interview they do, every magazine article, that's showing me age, every internet article that's talking about Legacy of Atlantis, every single video is going to say, but this is only the first of the other one, and the other one might be better than this. And it's going to, like you say, it's definitely going to take away some attention off of it. I mean, I don't care personally because I'm going to get them anyway. So, but I'm very excited.
It'd be like if there was a trailer for Resident Evil Requiem, and then straight after they played a remake of Resident Evil 5. Like, it would just be the same kind of problem where you announce 2 games, and not even like in the same week, at the same time.
Yeah, literally
2 games. It's just going to confuse so many people. I think it is going to harm potentially the sales of the game, at least initially, because Legacy of Atlantis might come out and people go, "What? That's already out? I thought it was coming out in 2028." And then someone go, "Oh no, that's Catalyst."
So that's the thing, though. If this one underperforms, that's going to really hurt the next one.
That's the thing. I think it was just a bad decision to announce them both at the same time. I mean, like, there was The Witcher 4's coming out, and so is a remake of The Witcher 1, but there was no Witcher 4 trailer followed by a Witcher 1 remake trailer. It's just like an offhanded comment of, "Oh yeah, and we're also remaking the first game." It's like it's just going to add, I think, way too
I
much.
didn't know about the Witcher 1 remake. I only knew about Witcher 4.
Yeah, it's a remake. It's not like the same game with better graphics. It's like a complete new game that has the general story, but the story in The Witcher 1's quite bad, so I imagine they'll throw most of it out and just sort of keep all the stuff that will won't mess with continuity.
I have a question, and it's more of a discussion point than it is I've got an opinion on this. We have had a string of really bad Tomb Raider media. So the 2 Angelina Jolie films, I quite liked them when I was a kid, but I retrospectively look back and I thought that actually they weren't that good. The games that have been out, especially over the last 10, 15 years, haven't been that good. Yes, you've had the remake of the original for the Anniversary Collection. My question is this reimagining of the first one, and is this brand new game, is that going to really revive what I would consider, and what I think a lot of people would consider, casual gamers would consider, is it going to revive a dead franchise?
That's fighting talk, Cheney.
Dead's
may be strong, but dying, would that be more appropriate? Something that's not as popular as it was in the 90s.
I would say it was dead. I think it's weird. Lara Croft is in a weird situation where she's iconic.
It's one of the biggest, literally one of the biggest franchises in the industry. But after that new trilogy, it has just disappeared, hasn't it?
She was iconic because of the 90s.
Like, Lara Croft is iconic, and she's gaming icon, and people remember Lara Croft. Everything that has come out just has not done numbers recently. Like, I think the remakes did okay. The TV show I don't think was that well received.
No.
The game, the remake trilogy, each one made less money than the last. It's like the iconography of Lara Croft is there, but the fans aren't there. Like, you look at something like a Final Fantasy VII. Yes, Cloud, Sephiroth, those kind of characters are iconic, and the fan base is showing up.
Yeah.
I don't think there's an iconography to Lara Croft, but there isn't a fandom.
There's not an ongoing
coming.
fandom, is there? That's like, when's the next one? When's the next one? Not to the same degree.
Like, Mega Man is an iconic character, but there's not people flocking out to support the character. It's like
Jeff Keighley is. He loves it.
Thing where the character's bigger than the interest in the games themselves. I mean, like, as much as she's a gaming icon, the interest just isn't as fruitful as, you know, other video game icons.
The thing is, you compared that to Final Fantasy. The biggest thing with Final Fantasy VII is, yes, it had a small. You've got to think it has a smaller niche, more niche market than Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider was big in the West. Yes, Final Fantasy is big in the East. 100%. I'm not going to disagree with that. But if you compare the two, one is more of a juggernaut than the other. But the difference between Final Fantasy VII is you didn't have a string of dirge for a good 20 years. You had the game, and then you had the remake of the game, and that's it. You didn't have film after film after TV series after
you got one film, and that was it.
Yeah.
Jack, what's your thoughts on Tomb Raider? Are you a big fan? Because I imagine it would have come out quite early for you, so you probably wouldn't have seen the hype of the original few games, would you?
No, I mean, I know of, like, obviously, I've watched the Angelina Jolie movies when I was younger, and, like, I think I attempted to play the first of the remake, like, the newer ones when they did the reboots, but, like, I think she's a great icon, especially for, like, I know this sounds really, like, young women in gaming, because you don't get a lot of, like, female protagonists much. Even now, I know there's more, but you've got obviously dual protagonists and all that stuff. But, like, I think as a gaming icon for young female gamers, I think that's great. But, like, Lara Croft games, like, they look. I know it's probably what I'm about to say is probably blasphemy, but it's just Uncharted, but obviously with a female skin. At least that's what I think. It looks like, at least.
I mean, it went round in circles, didn't it? You know, Uncharted was trying to do an Indiana Jones Lara Croft. Lara Croft was trying to do an Indiana Jones, and then Uncharted tried to be a Tomb Raider, and then the new Tomb Raiders tried to be like an Uncharted. But I love the Uncharted games, and I love the new Tomb Raider games. I love the old ones and the reboots. So I can't wait for more.
I will say, I think I have sort of, not selfishly, but I think because I grew up, or like, as I've played games, you know, I've had my specific franchises like Assassin's Creed and the Arkham games, and obviously Destiny took up quite a lot of my life up until 6 months ago. So I think I have done myself a disservice by not exploring more franchises.
Yeah.
And I think maybe if I wasn't so, like, shoehorned myself into playing, you know, one or two franchises, I feel like maybe I would enjoy the Tomb Raider games more. But I think, yeah. So that's great, and I'm really excited for Tomb Raider fans. They both look good. I mean, Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis looks really good visually, and I think the voice actress might be Hayley Atwell, who is obviously Peggy Carter. I think that was her in the Catalyst trailer. So, yeah, exciting times for Tomb Raider fans, but
not exciting for you then, Jack.
No, not exciting for me.
That's fine, man.
We all know what I'm waiting for, and it hasn't come out yet. So.
I understand where Jack's coming from with that.
There will be no more Transformers, Jack. They're done. It's finished.
They're not.
Go on, Shane.
I get where he's coming from with it, though. I do understand. You know, it is great for Tomb Raider fans. Like I say, I'm not a massive fan of the franchise. I don't mind it.
You've got to have the nostalgia, isn't it? I think if you're into Tomb Raider, there's definitely a nostalgia element to that.
Yeah.
And if you don't hold that nostalgia, then it's just another generic third-person action adventure, I suppose.
I just hope that it doesn't do what it did, and it was 90s and then the early 2000s, 2010s, 2020s. I hope it brings it. I do genuinely hope for the Tomb Raider fans. I do genuinely hope that it brings it back to some kind of form that it. I'll be honest, it hasn't seen properly since the original 1, 2, 3.
Well, that's your opinion. I love the reboot. I love the reboot trilogy. Fantastic games. Right, we're going to go around in circles if we keep arguing about this. Let's try and bring this to a close. Come and tell us in our Discord. You can see the links in the chat. Come and tell us on Discord what you think of the reveals at the Game Awards, and Tomb Raider in particular, and maybe even Mega Man if you really want. But Jack, just going back to what you were just saying about broadening your horizons.
Yes.
If only there was maybe something along the lines of where each of us four were to nominate some games for each other to play, and then we would do some video discussions about this very topic.
What is this unheard of concept that you speak of, dear Jonathan?
I'm definitely not going to do that after we log off at all. No.
So keep an eye out for that in the future. We won't say any more than that. But basically, Mike has got us all working on something, and it's going to expand our horizons.
Let's just say that I am routinely giving everybody homework in our personal Discord. Everyone will be.
I was a little bit worried when you asked us to send pictures of you as children, but
yeah.
To be fair, I am really excited for this thing because it's like it is something that I've sort of been stubbornly not doing is broadening my horizons. So the game that Mike has suggested for me, I'm really excited to play. I've been sort of editing John's Final Fantasy playthroughs.
Yeah, I've done 8 hours of streaming on that last week. Sorry, Jack.
That's right. So far I've edited one stream. And I've still got the other one to do. Yeah, they're quite long. So, but lucky for you guys, there'll be more content spread out. So, aren't you lucky lot? Happy.
Indeed.
But yeah, no, I'm going to play the game after this because I feel like I deserve it because I want to do it.
And this is the thing. It's going to be a good 2026 for OLL because you say there's more content spread out. There's just more content in general. We've got events coming up. We've got the return of Cheney to not Cheney's Sexy Sundays, as somebody pointed out, but Late Night Cheney will be coming back to your OLL streams.
You're currently building your stream room, are you not, sir?
Yes. This is not the final. What's it, by the way? It's it will be a full.
It is weird that the colour of your wall and the colour of Mike's wall, it literally looks like you are actually in the same room.
Hang on,
unless there's something you're not telling us, chaps.
I know, wrong arm.
Mike's girlfriend is actually Cheney.
Oh God. So yes, Cheney is quite right. There is indeed much more content. You will see much more of OLL in terms of us on our social medias. There's going to be much more shorts coming to YouTube and Instagram and TikTok. Yes, we're actually going to be using the TikTok. Don't worry, Emily's going to curate that, not me. But Mike's going to be doing the short videos and popping them up. Jack's going to be doing the long videos and popping them up. Cheney's going to be supporting me with the physical events. We've got a quiz night in Dis on the... When did I say, Cheney? The 10th. Saturday,
of January.
Saturday the 10th of January. We've got a physical community meet taking place at Albion Games Cafe on the 9th. So yes, you can come in the Discord and you can see all of those things that are going on in there.
Question, and this is technically admin, but technically actually something you should publicly announce.
Go ahead.
Have you unleashed the tickets for Dis yet?
Yes, the tickets for the Dis Quiz Night are available on the Dis Cornhall website, and I will be posting all of that because I've literally owned. It's not the Discord. Who say what? I'll post it in the Discord and yeah, but the actual tickets link.
The Discord.
Oh God. Yes, you're quite right. That's like literally the worst pun in the world.
Hang on.
I'm
Anyway,
gonna edit this. Just
I'll-
have a laugh at that. I couldn't leave the stream as it was. But...
I'll do all the normal announcements for that. That will be going on to socials in the next day or so. Right.
Do you guys want to hear a dad joke that I saw today?
Go on then, Jack. Finish us off. Finish us off.
So, why did George Michael get all this Christmas chocolate on him?
Go on.
He was careless with his whisper.
He was careless with his whisper, for fuck's sake.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
It was all right. Actually, it was all right. Yeah, it was all right.
But Jack seems to really find it funny. This is the time where I wanted to have the bloody Tumbleweed channel reward, but I can't find the button for it on the new Streamlabs program. We literally have a Tumbleweed thing.
Your reactions was what was funnier than the joke. You just going...
We'll find it one day.
Oh, flipping
We'll
heck.
be there.
Right, okay, before this devolves any further, let's finish off for tonight. So, yes, thank you so much to Cheney.
Thank you.
Thank you very much to Mike. And to Jack as well, even after that terrible joke. Thank you very much to everybody who has been watching in the chat, both on Twitch and YouTube. Hopefully it's all worked on these on the dual channels. I think it's been going okay. There's not really an easy way to combine the chat, unfortunately. But you can always watch it back on demand
If
later
there were any
on.
problems, please feel free to email complaints@ollgames.co.uk.
Yeah, feel free, because that email address does not exist. So. Right, we're going to finish off. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, WV. Thank you, Garbage Well Kid. Thank you, Kizra. Thank you, everybody else. All the other names in there. Fantastic. Take care. We shall see you all very soon, if not on the Discord straight away. Goodbye and good night. Thank you very much. See you later.
Bye.
Stopping stream.